just testing some stuff out. I'm really excited for this. Hopefully, you're all going to enjoy this. Okay, SmackDown Live review. Now, I put myself through the so-called torture. Some of you guys said I wasn't going to enjoy this, and I put myself through the torture of watching SmackDown Live, and I actually had a very good time. I've actually been doing this for the last couple of weeks. I bought the WWE Network. You guys said that was the place to do. Yeah, and so that's what I did this week. I checked it out, and I just want to give you a quick little review about it. I see all you guys are flooding in. Can you guys hear me okay? Is that good? Is the sound working? Sketchy Toaster says, I like toast. Hey, good job, Sketchy Toaster. I'll talk to you guys at the end, but first I need to get through what I made. So I wrote down everything that happened in it and like what I thought about it. And yeah, I think I looked at some other people's reviews, and I think that mine's a little bit different, maybe because of my perspective, because I actually haven't been able to necessarily like see a lot of the content before, but I've been watching for the last couple of weeks, and I figured this week I would review it, just see how you guys like it. I'm actually enjoying SmackDown a little bit more than Raw. I haven't been bothering to watch Raw. It's too long. Quite frankly, it's just too long for me to bother. And so, I'm super excited to be talking about SmackDown. If you guys do enjoy this, tell me down in the comments below or in the chat, and I would be definitely willing to do this every week. Yeah, it's just be fun, just a little bit of fun, you know, just a live stream, a little bit of fun. Also, if you want to talk to me, there's too many messages for me to read right now, so I think I enabled Super Chat. You don't have to put very much, like 99 cents or whatever. Do that if you want to, do that if you don't want to, but I'm just saying, some of you guys are saying, why aren't you reading me? It's going too fast, basically. Okay, like, it's kind of hard to focus on two screens at once. I got two here. Okay, so the first thing was Shane McMahon and The Miz. I have reacted to each people. Actually, Shane McMahon has done some crazy stuff, which I've seen before, and I actually quite enjoyed him. I was reading some other reviews that said this was terrible and Shane's dumb, but I thought this segment was really good. I had a great time with this. You know, there was a lot of fire, there was a lot of believable work, and I actually personally got very invested in this feud through this segment. It was actually full of fire, and I thought the idea that he was the best in the world, not being an actual wrestler, was pretty incredible. Like, for me, it really got me angry. Like, I was hating him by the end of it, and I know it's scripted, I know it's fake, and the audience was just along for the ride, exactly as I'm pretty sure you guys were too. Not too much to say about it, just that I'm pretty excited to see this. Of course, I will be watching WrestleMania, obviously, now with the YouTube channel going as it is. But yeah, I'm super excited to see this. I really do. I thought both guys did a great job with the way they were talking. I thought both, were doing a fantastic job in terms of making it fun. But yeah, maybe their wrestling isn't so good. I haven't actually seen them wrestle. I saw them like a little bit of in the promo package before. But yeah, actual match, could it be fun? Sure. Could it be not great wrestling? Yes, of course it could be. But the two things you're sure to see is you're sure to see some crazy stuff, and you're also sure to see some good story and some good actual hatred for Shane McMahon. I really do like that. So moving on, we had my boy Ricochet. I love Ricochet. Aleister Black, another guy I checked out. Hardy Boys, Rusev, Shinsuke Nakamura, and The Bar. And they were in a 3-on-3, I think it was. 4-on-4. What am I talking about? 8-man is 4-on-4. So they were in an 8-man tag match. And I thought this was good, but I've definitely seen, even in compilations, I've seen stuff that was better. It was chaos. This was chaos. I thought it was a bit too much for me. Maybe it was kind of hard to focus on every little thing that was going on at the same time, and I didn't really see a clear reason why they were fighting, so it was very difficult for me to get involved at all. Let me just see what people are saying. Yeah, a lot of you guys are agreeing with me. I'm kind of surprised. You know, there's a lot of people that disagree as well. So I by the way, if you guys, do you want me to use a star rating system or like a grade or something? Like I'm happy to do whatever you guys want. Diego Rodriguez, I think it's cool. His channel slowly become a wrestling channel. Yeah, it's only been in the last month, and it's been really, really fun. I've been enjoying the hell out of it. I've actually taken down a lot of my old videos on different sports because I just want to steer this channel more in the sort of wrestling direction, because I'm having a great time on this. So, general in here. The first part of the segment before the New Day came in with Kofi Kingston, who's also my boy, was actually really fun to watch. It wasn't excellent. It wasn't excellent wrestling. It was very, very good, though. It wasn't anything, insane. It wasn't anything I hadn't seen before. But it was super fun. Just a little too much. I thought it was a little too crazy. There was especially one little spot where I think it was the all 8 people got laid out at once in a row, right before the New Day actually came down. And I thought that was that was a little bit much with both teams were fighting all at the same time. I would have been nice to see a little bit more of an actual structured match before the New Day come in and then Chaos reigns. I think it would have been a lot more powerful from the perspective of them being like the bad guys, them being the heels, and making us, dislike them. I thought it would have been much more powerful if instead of having Chaos before they come, having Chaos after. But that's just my opinion. I did enjoy this, and it's definitely interesting to see the New Day, who apparently, it was my opinion, that they were like the good guys, except here they're turning into more the baddies. Of course, later in the show, with the whole Vince McMahon segment, they turned back into like the underdog. So it's kind of confusing what they're going for here. I don't really understand it, but I did very much enjoy the segment. Okay, Randy Orton and AJ Styles, another two guys that I've checked out. Damn, I enjoyed that segment. They were just talking pretty much, but obviously towards the end they got off the match. That was news. That was newsworthy. They were just talking for the majority of it, but at the same time, it was entertaining as hell. Like I'm not not even to like demean them, but just that without even them wrestling, it was in my opinion it was excellent. And I thought using the catchphrase "House that AJ Styles built" and turning it against them, it was really fun. There seemed like there was definitely like real animosity, and it was really good. It was really good acting. There's no other way of saying it. At the same time, these are two of the biggest guys in the company, so there's definitely other stuff they could be doing which would also be just as good or better. I mean, AJ Styles and Ricochet, that would just be crazy. Like, that would be out of this world. That would be insane, especially for a show like WrestleMania. That'd be, or AJ Styles and Kofi Kingston, obviously. Let's talk about it in a little bit, but that sort of thing would be just amazing, and I think that would be almost better than this, because Randy Orton, he's good. He's good. He got the RKO, which of course is an insane move, but at the same time, he's not what you're looking for necessarily in this sort of upper slot. And also, it feels like there should be a title on the line. Obviously, Daniel Bryan's got that under wraps. Okay, Asuka versus Sonya Deville was next. I hated this. I love Sonya Deville. She got so much charisma, and there's actually a funny story about me. I've actually met her before, randomly. Sonya Deville. Lovely lady in real life, too. I've legitimately met Sonya Deville. Great person, and I really do like her. She's actually one of the reasons I started doing wrestling on this channel. So, Sonya Deville, absolute beast, and it was sad to see her not really have a very good match with Asuka. It was pretty short, and it ended up not really delivering for me. I would have loved to see like a really good back and forth, and Asuka Asuka looked like a beast here, so that's the pro to this, because she is supposed to be the star here. But at the same time, it would be nice if Deville got a little bit more in, just a little bit. But this could have been a match that was really, really good, because obviously Asuka is one. I'm sure I'm gonna do a video on her soon. She's one of the most requested people there is. But at the same time, this was not necessarily the best use of those two excellent people you could use. But it was fine. But it definitely seemed a bit. It definitely seemed a bit questionable. Also, like, the women's tag teams, there's just not enough women. There is just not enough women to actually fill the full division. You obviously got Bayley and Banks over on the Raw side. You got what they call it, Fire and Desire on the SmackDown side. And if Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose are no longer a team, who else have you got? Like, you literally got nobody. You got Nia Jax and Naomi. But they're not really someone I really want to watch have the belts. I'm not really a big fan of those just huge people and not very skilled wrestlers. I really do like Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, though. They're literally they're probably two of my favorites ever, and I love Sonya Deville. She's just excellent. Okay, next, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Okay, maybe because I haven't seen... I've read some other reviews of this. A lot of them said it was getting repetitive now, and it was still a great segment, but they didn't enjoy it as much as they did the first time it happened. I haven't seen the other times it's happened, so I thought this was friggin' incredible. I love it. It was super fire, super packed, and, of course, both women absolutely incredible. I gotta make videos on both of them. They are just excellent. They're excellent performers, and I really did enjoy this. It was really, really good. Especially with... the sort of fake injury still, obviously, I'm assuming that's right, fake, because it was almost a storyline of her not needing crutches anymore, and I thought that was a nice little payoff, and it was it was nice. It was nice, but it wasn't anything. It wasn't anything crazy. It added, in my opinion, a lot because I hadn't seen a lot of what had gone in beforehand. But it was at the same time nothing new, nothing that I didn't know happened out of it. Obviously, with because now she's obviously guaranteed for WrestleMania, and so there's not so much you can add from here because maybe they should have done that storyline a little later to the date. But that's just my opinion. Okay, next was Samoa Joe and Andrade, my boy Andrade, versus Rey Mysterio. Love Rey Mysterio. And R-Truth. Yeah, Samoa Joe, nah. R-Truth, yeah. Love the other two guys, though. Some super impressive stuff coming out of Andrade and Rey Mysterio. I would say, though, Samoa Joe looked like a beast. The only person who didn't really look like a beast was R-Truth. I don't know. He looked kind of stupid, especially when Joe killed both of them. This was, to be honest, a segment I was more on my phone with. It was a good fine match, but it wasn't really like I'm pretty sure they had something last week, which I wasn't watching a review sort of time mental frame last week, but I'm pretty sure they had a match last week which was a lot better. I thought maybe it was just the way this was. I mean, it was good. It wasn't bad or anything, but I thought you could have used Samoa Joe and Andrade and Rey Mysterio in a little bit of a different way, especially with Andrade and Rey being just so excellent. So two of them look the most excellent performers, and it just kind of a weird grouping. It's not really clear why they're together. I think that's one of the things I saw a lot from this show. There was weird people going together that really should not have been together. It made no sense, and it felt really forced. And this was another example of that. The 8-man tag earlier was it was probably the best example of that on the show. But this is another one. I really don't like these matches where it's just this guy and this guy versus this guy and this guy. Why are they working together? Why are they fighting? We don't know. They just are. There's a little bit more build to that in this particular match, obviously, but it's the same sort of mentality, and I don't really like that much. Okay, this is second last. Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali. I love Mustafa Ali. What a beast, man. He's crazy. I mean, he is genuinely crazy. Kevin Owens too. Scary dude. Rowan, he's a big guy, but I don't know. Something off about him. I don't like him so much. Yeah, it was good. This is another of two people take on two people, and they don't really. There's no reason why they would want to work together. Just it's kind of whatever. And Rowan seems to just be here because he's here. I don't necessarily understand why he's here particularly. I don't think he adds much to Daniel Bryan. I mean, Daniel Bryan is a solid guy, and I think a couple weeks ago it was a little bit of a better. He's kind of degrading as a character in my mind because he had some really powerful stuff a couple weeks ago. And I've been watching since Elimination Chamber. Actually, I watched the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. I've been watching since then, and he was really powerful, sort of in the build-up to Elimination Chamber, and in that. And I think it's going down a little bit, and it was good enough, and obviously it built up sort of the idea of Daniel Bryan being more of a more conniving and smarter, and putting them over someone like Mustafa Ali, who's obviously he's a crowd favorite. He's insanely athletic. He's the full package as far as I'm concerned. And someone like Kevin Owens, who's a scary guy, and having them beat them obviously does build hypes, because of course what comes next with the New Day and we'll get to that in a second. But this was really good for raising that a little bit. But it's a shame that it came at Mustafa Ali and Kevin Owens, two great guys, and those are people that really should, to some extent, be in the title picture. Okay, now next, this was a excellent segment in my opinion. I friggin' loved this. Okay, Vince McMahon, what an annoying asshole. I mean, he it reminds me of my dad's this is a learning moment. I mean, it was excellent acting from that guy. Obviously, what is he? He's like 75 or something, and he's still going. It's I mean, I thought he did an excellent job, and he was great. He made you hate him so much so quickly, and obviously he's a veteran at this. He's a pro. Great stuff from Vince McMahon. I mean, great stuff. The New Day was obviously in here, and their worked really together, and obviously the crowd loves it. And this played more against sort of what they did with the 8-man tag, which I thought was kind of dissonant, because they were being the heavy underdogs. We'll get to that in a second, but in the before the aim tag, they're almost like the bad guys. So I didn't really understand the dynamic of this. But of course, for those of you who are just watching this, basically they announced that there would be a gauntlet match. So that's where he has to beat one, then the next, and the next, and the next. Which of Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, The Bar, and Eric Rowan. That's his former name. Obviously, Rowan's his name now. But that to me is a little too much. So there's two things that, because now either one of the two things has to happen. Either Kofi Kingston has to win. And I'll get to a theory in a second, but either Kofi Kingston has to win, qualify. That makes him not an underdog at all. That makes him that makes him like above, and that means he's not even cheating. That makes him above, and that also means that he's that he's the not underdog babyface, which is really a weird dynamic again, because you have someone with a big lackey that you would think be like the underdog. Or, and here's my theory, what's going to happen is he's going to start to lose, and then the New Day is going to come in and break stuff up, and essentially, maybe in like the last match or something. So there's two possibilities in my opinion. Either the New Day helps him cheat to win, something like that, or he loses and then turns completely heel, turns completely into a bad guy, starts beating everybody up, and we see sort of what happened with Becky Lynch, except on the sort of negative side, where we see him basically terrorizing the entire division, beating people up for no reason. And I think that would be an insane storyline. So will he win? I think a lot of people are saying yes. Some of the reviews I said yes. But I could definitely see how he could not win and it would still be excellent. So overall, what did I think about SmackDown? I thought it was a very fun show. I actually enjoyed it. It went really fast. The time usually you think would take a long time. I mean, it's 2 hours long. But it went super fast for me. I had a great time. It was really fun. I mean, it was really, really fun to watch. A lot of the matches were really good. They didn't seem to be building anywhere, but they were really, really good. And at the same time, some of the stuff was less good, but I think the best thing coming out of the SmackDown is that they're going to be a fantastic match next week. Because I mean, you got Kofi Kingston already is insane, but you got Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, the Bar and Rowan. I mean, it's gonna be real good next week. So I think that was the big. Takeaway from this is that next week is gonna be really good. And I think that was the build for this. Other stuff, just looking through, Daniel Bryan and obviously the Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali thing. That's a nice build. Rey Mysterio and R-Truth, questionable. There's a lot of questionable stuff. A lot of the 8-man tag and the idea of the New Day being both a heel and a babyface at the same time. I didn't really like that dynamic so much, but there was definitely some good stuff, definitely some bad stuff. If I was to rate this, I would definitely say, from what I've seen so far, this is definitely above average, and this is so much better than like your average Raw or something. I had a great time. Anyway, guys, I do hope you enjoyed that. If you do like this sort of review, I'm just reading some of the here. Let me read some of the chats. If you do like this sort of review, make sure to tell me. I mean, I'm happy to do this every week. I had a friggin' fantastic time watching this. And I'm going to keep going whether or not... I'm going to keep watching it whether you guys don't want to see the review, but I might as well review it in the process. If you guys did like the review, I mean, I'm going to be definitely getting better at this sort of thing as I learn more about the sport. And I mean, you guys have been so helpful to me in this journey. And I thank you all for that. So if you want me to, do more of these, just tell me down in the live chat or in the comments in the description, and I'd be certainly happy to do it. Do you want me to do Raw, SmackDown? Do you want me to do NXT? You guys tell me, or even another promotion. You guys tell me, and I'd be happy to do that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. I had a great time doing this, so if you had a great time watching, that's a win-win. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. Ooh, react to Vince versus Stone Cold moments are awesome. Damn, I need to pocket that. I'll take a look back at everything in a second, but that'll come. I definitely want to do some older guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to subscribe if you're new here. I don't know why you'd be new here watching a live stream, but if you are, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. How do I end this?